Ah, the first day. I remember it like it was yesterday. New country, new people, new experiences. Suddenly, luck was just very, very simple.
Na een super moeizame wandeling van de rots naar beneden. Dankjewel, voor maatjes dus. Lekker zo.
The sea. There are lots of things that you could say about the sea. We've been walking around on the face of the planet for quite a while now, and still we know more about the surface of the moon than we know our own oceans. Let's just say that she is an inexhaustible source for adventure. In the 4th grade I had this maths teacher, and one day he told me, "Be careful what you ask for. You might just get it." And an adventure? Well, we got it. On this beautiful sunny day, we went into the Waves of Roses. And on first sight, it looked like the sea was quite calm and inviting. While we were swimming, I suddenly got a nosebleed, as I sometimes get, so my glasses were filling themselves up with blood. Logically, I thought, let's just get to the shore really quick and climb on one of those rocks. When we arrived at the rocks, the sea showed itself from a whole different side. My youthful invincibility faded like snow in the sun. We climbed our way to safety, and on top of the rocks, life was more beautiful than it had ever been before. It was that way not just because we'd escaped a sticky situation. It was also because I was falling madly in love with the girl sitting right before me. We caught fish, filled our tummies to the brim with the Mediterranean fruits, and we laughed under the sun. I wouldn't have missed it for anything. The next morning, the girl I fell in love with and my other travel companions left. From now on, it was just Ara and me. But that was no problem, because we are fun people, and fun people do adventurous stuff. Where do you do adventurous stuff? You do it at adventurous, beautiful places. So we set course to Marrakesh. Marrakesh was home to one of the most famous painters on the face of the planet. You might know him. His name is Salvador Dali. At Marrakesh, we also met this local spearfisher. Juan was his name, and he'd been fighting for over half an hour with the biggest amberjack that I've ever seen in my entire life. Slowly but surely, the mission for this trip dawned on us. We had to catch one of these giants ourselves. That day, however, there was no sight of the amberjack. We caught some octopus, and Anna pulled this moray eel out of the wall. If you're curious as to what a moray eel tastes like, I can really only describe it in the Schmidt's way. I prefer Anita's chicken soup.
Life is good.
We decided to test our luck again. So this time, we looked in deeper waters. While I was reloading my harpoon gun, I caught a glimpse of something that looked an awful lot like the wet dream on the spearfishers. My suspicions were correct. About 70 amberjacks were swimming just a stone's throw away from us. This was the moment. This is when boys are turned into men. These are the moments that separate the winners from the losers. On these moments, oh, okay. Luckily, we didn't return home empty-handed. But the hunt for the amberjack continued. And so we tried, and we sang some songs to strengthen the moral. And we tried, and we tried, and we sang some more songs. Sometimes in life, we just do not get exactly what we asked for. Those are the moments when we have to be able to look into ourselves in the mirror and say, okay, I give up. I throw in the towel and I'll bury the hatchet. I think I got you there for a moment. Of course not. These are the moments when you show what you're made of. On this one particular day, we decided to swim real far out of the bay. We had never been this far, ever. When we arrived in the afternoon, the weather seemed to be clear, no cloud in sight, with more fish swimming around than we have ever seen before. But still, no trace of the amberjack. While the sea rewarded us with the sea bass, the world suddenly gave answer to our determination. The moment was now. We dove, we aimed, we shot. Not one, but two. Our duties were fulfilled, so we decided to swim back to the beach. On the beach, we were warm-heartedly invited by the locals, and that evening, we threw a party. Together, we toasted onto the big catch of that day, and every girl in the village was ours for that night. Well, that's not exactly how it went. Actually, we became a little bit euphoric and got overconfident, so we just decided to push through. You know, sometimes they say that it's better to just stop at the peak. And right here in this situation, that was exactly what we should have done. But of course, we didn't, so we got obnoxiously seasick. But all was well, and eventually, completely exhausted, we arrived on the beach, with more fish than we knew what to do with. So that evening, we feasted like kings. Slowly but surely, time went by, and I'd love to close the story with a very poetic saying or a very insightful conclusion, but I simply do not have one. All that I know is that I had a terrific time that I will never ever forget about. That's that.
If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait. Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every step I get to, I'm clocking